Gtalk2020. Yo.
We shortcasted today.
Hell yeah, people stuck in the weather and under weather, but it's cool. We'll give a shout out to DJ Don Ron and K Boogie.
But we got somebody in here to make up for it.
Yeah.
We got CEO. He a radio personality.
Mm-hmm.
He a party promoter, club promoter.
Man, rapper.
He just brought the legend Beanie Siegel to the fucking rack. What else? Come on. He say he got 4 artists on the radio right now?
Yeah, like 4.
Got 4 artists on the radio. Artists got hella streams.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it just started last year, but it ain't just started, but the success just started. Shout out to my nigga Reese Money, man.
Niggas woke up like last year. It's all good. We got Reese Money in the building.
It's good. SGEYBN Entertainment in the building.
That's what's up. And speaking of those initials, man, I feel that
you gotta let us know what it stands
for.
Man.
Yeah. So SGEYBN stands for Strictly Grinding Entertainment Young Bosses Nationwide.
Okay.
I like that.
So can you tell us about the start of the label, man? Tell us about the.
Well, when I started in pretty much like maybe 2003. I was a rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had, that was my dream. I've always wanted to be in entertainment. So I was, in the streets. I had the money, so I'm like, okay. I had just got through doing a 9 to 13 year bid. And while I was in there, I was honing my skills. I had an 8-track. In the prison that I was at, they allowed us to buy like certain music equipment because they had a music room set up. They had a dope set up in the state that I had fell in. So, I had all that time. I had 9 to 13 years to do. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna get in college. I'm gonna earn some trades. I'm gonna work on this music stuff. So I was actually learning the whole studio thing off an 8-track and just taking that 8-track, putting it up to a radio, with the aux cords and stuff like that, going in the music room, live instruments, stuff like that. So learning, track for track. And man, I was performing in prison, a lot of prison shows and stuff like that, and everybody was telling me, like, when you get out, you got to get out and do your thing. So I got out, and I'm hustling again. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put this money behind myself with this rap music. So I started getting studio time, and I hooked up with these 2 ladies. They came to an event I was performing at and was like, hey, you need to come check out our studio.
Right.
And at the time I'm in Nebraska, so I went. Shout out to Tag Team. I went to their studio and I just started working with them exclusively. And they was teaching me about publishing and about copywriting, trademarking. They was teaching me about
placement, shit like that.
And they really wanted me to know the business. And I don't know. Even back then, it seemed like the business side was where I wanted to be. Mm-hmm. But at that time it was throwback jerseys. It was Evisu, Baby Nape. So I'm like
that 06 time,
right? Yeah. So it's like all the way from like 2002 when I got out the joint to 2000 and I say 4 or 5 because that's when I called my federal case. So.
And no offense, how old are you, bro? You look young.
I'm 46.
God damn, you lying.
46.
You look like you 26.
Hey, like I tell everybody, when you go to prison, it's like Demolition Man. If y'all ain't never seen the movie with Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone, where they, they pretty much put you to sleep. You know what I'm saying? You on ice. They preserve you, and that's how it is in prison. Cause you eating, you sleeping good, you working out. You really ain't doing nothing else. So your body is just, But I started in the rap game and everything was cool, but I learned back then the hard way. You can't do both. You can't do entertainment and be in the streets. And, being a gang member and a hustler, I had the money. And I also, I don't even know how it happened, but a guy that I knew, he knew, I had the money. Yeah. He came to me and was like, I knew him and this guys was promoting. Yeah. And he was like, hey, you killing it on the rap thing, but he like, hey, I know you be, on your bread. Yeah. I can put you on more bread. And I'm like, what you talking about? He like, look, man, I'm finna bring G-Unit was real hot back then. Yeah. And he was like, I'm finna bring me and my guys finna bring Lloyd Banks to the club. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm coming to that show. He like, no, I got some. This was like 03. This was 3. So this was like, this is when, when PIMP just dropped. This is when Lloyd Banks had I'm on Fire. This when Young Buck had Do You Wanna Ride With Me, that type of thing. Lil Wayne had just dropped Go DJ. Oh, so it was around that time. Yeah. Field Mob. Goody Boys. Goody Mob.
Ludacris is still popping back.
Yes, yeah. Ludacris is big.
So if y'all don't
this was Nelly. This was Ja Rule.
This was pre-Jeezy popping off. This pre-Jeezy, pre-Boosie era.
This is mixtape Jeezy. This DJ Drama Jeezy. You know what I'm saying?
The
so
first ones.
This before Drama died.
This Rubber Band, T.I.P. and Shorty Low and D4L and Lil Jon and the Eastside Boys was the biggest group at the time.
This nigga still #1. This time he's gonna go transition to
big throwback jerseys. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Big Air Force Ones, big Baby Napes, Eviso jeans, Red Monkey. So, you know, I got 4-5 cars on rims. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing with $10,000-$20,000 a day. So he like, man, put 6 in on this show. I get you back about 11,000-12,000. I'm like, cool. You know, I'm always down for the flip. Right. He like, but you gonna be with us every step of the way, and I'm gonna show you
how to do this.
You know how to do this shit. So I'm just a human sponge. So I'm going to the airport, pick the artist up with him. He's showing me the perk sheets. He, you know, showing me this stuff, and it's like I'm like, wow, this a whole nother side to this music shit. All I knew was artists. Yeah. I knew artists, DJ, producer, studio. That's all I knew. Video. And videos, like back then, the videos was so, compared to now, the videos was so corny and so cheap for people that's coming up. They're like, not like now. Like, you could actually pay $1,000 and get a dope-ass video. But back then, them videos, like, I look at some of them videos my homies was making back then. I was like,
put you on a rooftop.
Man, this shit look like somebody recorded this on an Android phone.
Real shit.
So, I did it. You know.
Not to cut you off, 2 Chainz showed the feature he did with Jadakiss on the True Religion mixtape.
Yeah.
Nigga, he showed the video. That shit looked so sad, bro. Like, had the quality. Jim Jones directed it.
Absolutely.
Quality was
quality,
bad. Like cut scenes and shit.
Absolutely.
I'm like, man.
So, I did the show. I met Lloyd Banks, you know, his manager. I talked a lot to his manager. Right. His manager was giving me game, and it's like, I don't know, when I meet people, it's just like I just soak it up, and people I don't know what it is about telling me this stuff, but people get to telling me stuff.
Bro. You don't come off as probably what your story is, your past, the streetness and shit. You just come off as probably willing to learn and willing to soak in the gym.
I just, you know, I'm from the respect era. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when I meet people, you know, I'm all ears. You know what I'm saying?
Contact.
And eye contact, and you know, just a respect era.
Yeah.
So I met him. Show went over. He paid me my bread. I had, you know, I'm VIP. That's really the first time I ever really found out about VIP and bottles, cause these dudes were some bloods, and they neighborhood was known for being on bread. Like they was like a millionaire hood. Yeah. So I did another show with him. I think he brung what was the guys that I think they called Field Mob. They had a song big song called Sick of Being Lonely.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah. So he brung them the camera.
Oh.
The next like 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, he bring them. He like, man, you wanna invest again? So I invested 6 again. Yeah. And then I wind up in the process getting my first manager. Shout out to JB, man. One of the old heads that was in the joint with me, you know, old head, small face, honey. Yeah. Bag man, like real bag man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He won the older Jeep.
No, he was in the Feds.
I was in. I caught my case in Nebraska.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you were in the state or you were in the Feds?
I was in the. Well, I was in both. I did 9 to 13 years in the state. Yeah. I actually did 1 to 3 years in the state, 9 to 13 years in the state, and then 10 years in the Feds. Yeah. So I met him when I was doing my 9 to 13, but I knew him from the street because I was coming back and forth from Chicago to Omaha, from Chicago to Des Moines, from Chicago to Kansas City, stuff like that. So I knew him and his people already. So when I got to doing the music shit, he like, man, like, I really want to get in that music shit. So I'm like, look, I need a manager. Yeah. So I was explaining to him what a manager is, you know what I'm saying? And we was just learning on the fly together. But it was working because he had money, I had money. And, man, I just told him, like, you know what? I'm finna do this promoting thing, too. Yeah. So he like, oh, because you told me I put that money in, look what I got. Yeah. First time I got 12,000 back. Second time he gave me 13. Yeah. So I started doing it. So my very first show was the Franchise Boys. You know, this when they first came out with the whole white tee. Right. White tee. So I got them. And then from that point on, I built a relationship with the club owner. Shout out to Big D, Big Darius, Omaha, Nebraska. Man, big dude, he was, man, my nigga got indicted for tons of weed. So he crazy, ain't it? So he had dispensaries back then when it wasn't dispensaries, just put it like that. So, but he had this booming ass nightclub called Cleopatra's. Yeah. And I'm talking about every Friday, Saturday, man. This is the place Chicago? To be. This was in Omaha. Oh, okay. So, I talked to him and shit, and he like, hey, I like what you doing. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you rent the venue out for $800 every event. I'm like, man, I'm finna pay you up. I'm thinking you like $4,000 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we built that relationship, and I was bringing shows there and parties there like every 2 weeks. Yeah. Whole time, the rap, by me promoting and being a rapper, now I'm able to pay for promotion and marketing on the radio. Yeah. I'm doing all this out of my pocket, me and my manager. And I started doing magazine publications and everything. My first mixtape dropped, and then I got indicted. Damn. So once I got indicted, I played out to 10 years. Did it?
Now, was it just you, or was it like a
nah, it was like a group of us, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that whole Fed thing, like, everybody on the street think they understand it, but you ain't gonna understand it to your name. When they say the United States versus you, it's a whole different ball game. And I had already been, you know, to the joint, so I'm figuring, but that Fed thing a whole nother level. And
now, which Fed joint were you at?
I was in Leavenworth.
In Kentucky.
Yeah, that's in Kansas.
Yeah, that's a famous one too.
Yeah, so what they did was, it actually was the military prison at first. Yeah. So what they did is transferred it from a military prison to a max prison, and then built another military prison down the way. Right. So they got a whole facility. They have the max prison. They have the halfway house. It's like across the street from it. Yeah. Crazy. But you know, when you pull up in Leavenworth, it's a castle, an old ass castle. I think it's like, right now it got to be like 140 years old.
That's a money joint too. Like, you was getting some real money. A lot of gangsters and a lot of money go in Leavenworth. That's what
like all, you know, that whole federal system. Like, a lot of guys get lost up in there. Like, I met a lot of guys that was locked up from like 1987, 76, 60. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm on the yard playing chess with them, or poker, or working out, or playing bocce ball and all that stuff, it's like, you'll get to talking to them and you get to knowing them, and it's right. Everything in the feds is separated through race, state, and region. Yeah. So Chicago, Detroit, St. Louis, Kentucky, Indianapolis, everybody falls into what they call a Midwest card. Yeah. But then inside of the Midwest card is divided by cities. Yeah. So Chicago got a car, Detroit got a car, St. Louis got a car, and then inside that car, it's you got Bloods, Crips, GDs, White Shorts, everybody together. So it's like St. Louis is really Crip and Blood. Yeah. So then you got Chicago, which is so diverse because we got everything falling under the 5 and the 6, but it's all different. Yeah. So when you in a Chicago car, you basically, none of that stuff on the street matters. Yeah. Because you got to think, you in Kansas, you in here with everybody from everywhere, the DMV, down south, New Orleans, Texas, Mississippi, stuff like that. So, you know, the Chicago guys is in a coalition where everybody's together. Vice Lord Stones, Four Corner Hustles, Mickey Cobras, Spanish Disciples, GDs, BDs, everybody's together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because we from Chicago.
Right.
And then you got Harvey guys come in, Aurora guys, Decatur guys. They fall under us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, me going there, for me, was the best thing that ever happened to me because, one, it saved my life. I definitely, I had just got shot probably, I would say maybe 6 months before I got indicted.
Yeah.
I got robbed.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So, after getting shot and then going to the feds, it's like, okay, I'm like, all right, I'm talking to all these guys, and these guys is millionaires. Like, I'm on the yard with guys worth $200 million. The guys that everybody reading about in Don Diva and all these books, I'm in there with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in there with these guys. So these guys is telling me the truth about the game.
Yeah.
Because these is
system.
It's the fact that every guy that I met in there was like, I knew at one point this was gonna happen. Mm-hmm. And I knew by me being this kind of level of a guy, it was gonna be bad.
Yeah.
But if you worth $200 and $300 million, you know what I'm saying? They saying that's your operation, and they saying you making hundreds of thousands of dollars a day, and you know you moving tons of cocaine, or tons of weed, or tons of heroin. You know what I'm saying? It's them guys they take it on the chin. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They ain't in there moping and crying. They just they doing. You know what I'm saying? Because they still got families. They still own businesses. Mm-hmm. They don't take everything away from you. It's just anything that was bought. They find out that was bought with that money, they can. But anything legitimate, you pretty much, like a lot of guys left it to their wives. Mm-hmm. So their wives have the barbershops, the laundromats, the hair salons.
So that's just, you got, like, they have to purchase it in their name instead of you.
Well, in the feds, you can't have no business. Mm-hmm. So everything that you have, you either got to sell it or put it in somebody's name, but it can't be linked to you. Yeah. So a lot of them guys, when I'm looking at their paperwork, it's like, damn, he worth $200 million. This man been in here since 89. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I met a lot of the people that fell in, what was that, 94, 95, and 96 from Chicago. Yeah. So when you meeting the old heads and they see potential in you and they see you carry yourself a certain way, and then you tell them what you inspired to do, they always like, man, well, you need to get in these college classes. You know what I'm saying? You need to get this book, this book, this book. And man, I have my mom sending me all the books, so I got, Music Industry for Dummies. I got all these books. So I'm reading all these books. I'm taking notes. Just it's something about that business side that was just turning in me. And then I started, and when I went away, I got older. Yeah. So it's like, man, I ain't gonna be able to get out and be no damn rapper. Plus, I don't even got it no more. I don't even feel it no more.
You don't want to rap no more.
So the older.
The last fat bit, how old was you going in? About like 27.
I came home. Yeah, I was 21. I was 21, 22 when I went in. Yeah, because I came home, I was 31, 32, yeah. Okay. So when I came home, before I came home, they was just giving me game, like you need the business side. Yeah. The man behind the camera,
he make the most.
He get all the money. Mm-hmm. So then I started reading books on Jimmy Iovine and Berry Gordy and people like that, Clarence Avant. And these is like Clarence Avant, I never heard of him. Yeah. But I'm reading this book. This man has a hand on the music industry, a silent hand.
The Black Godfather.
Yes, this man doing.
See the Netflix
I seen the documentary, but I read the book. The book give you way more.
We done with this. Send me all the books you read.
Okay. So when I read that book, I'm like, damn, this dude. Berry Gordy, they said Berry Gordy's company was worth $600 million Motown when he sold it. Yeah. Here's a man that's worth $300 million, and he's had, I think, dude that had like 4 different record companies, and like the songs that they were saying he was behind, and the people that he was behind. I'm like,
how do you discover this?
You talking about
Clarence, because he's quiet.
But not
he's not a bragging person.
Then when he put on a lot of niggas too.
He put on a lot of dudes.
What's his name? Quincy Jones too.
Now Quincy Jones is his buddy.
Yeah.
They like super tight.
Cause I ain't
have you seen the documentary?
You gotta see the documentary.
No, I ain't seen documentary. I ain't seen the documentary, but Quincy I seen here.
Hey,
it's called the Black
Godfather. It's called the Black Godfather, bro. Dude.
I heard a lot about that. Matter of fact,
dude is like one of the biggest, like even when it came to politics, like sports. Like he was the man everybody reaching out to.
You want to talk about checking in? He used to check in. No matter what
Yeah,
you're trying
like
to
when
do.
niggas say they go to other people's cities and states and they gotta check in to the big homies and all that. That's who the big homies check in to.
He's the big homie, big homie.
That's who the white people come to when they got black problems.
Real shit.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of our biggest, greatest icons would not be there if it wasn't for him.
And that's in sports, politics,
Music, art, everything, bro.
Culture.
Niggas just
I
come to
mean,
him.
come on, man. This man had a hand in when they did the black fist at the Olympics.
Yeah.
He gave him that idea.
Damn.
So when I did my bid, I came home, and then this another thing that made me really, really just get myself in check. I got myself in check. I got myself in check because when I came home 2012.
Yeah.
Chicago was just
Different.
Killing.
He came home. Hold on, you came home to the start of Cheek, Heath, Dirk, Duck.
I didn't even know what that shit was.
Now, hold on. Before we go into when you got out, I got some end questions. You
Okay.
feel me? So, if you don't mind me asking, you can answer yes or no.
Statute of limitations is up.
What organization did you belong to?
I'm from Killer Ward.
Killer Ward?
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm from Killer Ward. But then my cousin, he got a scholarship to play for Nebraska.
Yeah.
Basketball. I don't know if y'all remember her, but it was this lady from Chicago. She was a superstar actress. Her name was Marsha Warfield.
Yeah.
She played the bailiff on the old comedy show Night Court.
Yeah.
She was the black woman.
Yeah.
So she actually went to the school that we graduated from, Calumet High School.
Right.
So my cousin, he was in the same, he was the year after Juwan Howard. So, Juwan Howard was at CVS doing his thing. Shout out to my boy Dennis Bankhead.
Yeah.
He was our center for the varsity that was killing. Him and Juwan used to go
Back and forth. He was
So-
always in the papers.
Right. So my cousin came up that next year after they was gone.
Yeah.
Juwan went to Michigan, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Bankhead went to Illinois. And my cousin
He
became.
Illinois, he went to Indiana.
I think one of the eyes,
Yeah.
Illinois and Indiana. So my cousin came up after them. The reason why my cousin did so good and got to wind up getting a scholarship because he was actually like a straight A student.
Yeah.
And she wound up giving him a scholarship.
Yeah.
So he chose Nebraska. So when he went up there, at the time I'm thinking he just up there playing ball.
Yeah.
So he called me. He like, man, like,
This shit's sweet.
hey, come up here. And I'm like, man, I ain't trying to go up there. That's farms and shit. He like,
nigga,
no.
this shit's sweet,
So he like, I'll be back. When he come back, this is my first time ever seeing a real old school with candy flakes and Dayton's and all of this and hydraulics. And I'm like, nigga, what you up there doing? He like, everything. You need to come up there with me. So I'm going back and forth, man, long story short. And, but the feds really don't even hit you on, unless you're getting at RICO, but the feds is for individuals.
Yeah.
So when they come get you, they really ain't tripping off of the who's who. When they come get you, they beef is with you.
Yeah.
So, like I said, other people failed with us, but, it was just a point of, man, when that lawyer showed me that paperwork, it was like 17 people is willing to, to bop you, So everybody else was like, man, you need to plead out because you don't want them dudes to get on that stand and get to tell the other stuff.
You don't want to go to trial.
So,
and that's the thing with the feds, to put you in that situation. Like,
this is what I tell all the young guys that's around me now. You can't cry wolf or shed tears about something that you knew was a part of what you in.
Yeah.
The feds, the state, the police, snitching, getting killed, dying, all that stuff is part of the streets. You know what I'm saying? Yes, there's some good shit. Cars, jewelry, clothes, women, popping bottles, but it's also war, enemies, ops, jail, all that stuff. It's like playing Monopoly. It's really, PTSD. Life is like playing Monopoly.
So I got a question for you. Do you feel like you made it out?
I'm in a position now where I can move around this city and I'm not involved in none of this stuff. So everybody who knows me know what I'm into.
Yeah.
So it's like I have a respect from everybody because I get respect.
Yeah.
But when I'm out there and I see the shorties and they doing their thing, I respect it because I used to be one of them.
You just talk to them some real shit from the point of
But
view.
they know I do music. They know I'm doing these concerts. They know I work with artists. So it's like they look at me like, he a businessman.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Shit.
We know he from here,
but
that's they big homie now. Cause I'm 46. I'm a big homie now. So, you know, and I never even thought I would get to be a big homie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Cause of the fact that what I was doing, you know, I'm selling dope. I'm robbing niggas. I'm shooting niggas. I'm getting shot. Like, for real, it catches up with you. And mostly everybody that I ran with, like on my back, I got like 25 niggas tattooed on my back in a memorial. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? My cousin, they got the scholarship, he tattooed right here. He died in 08. So, you know, it's like all my people was dying. And then I came home to Chicago, and everybody dying rapidly. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like the whole tone of Chicago was different. Like, you got to think, I didn't know what these cell phones was. Last cell phone I had was a chirp. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, when I came home, like everybody could get a cell phone. Like back then, you actually had to have credit. You had to have credit to get a cell phone. When I came home, I'm like, cricket. All these places, everybody got a cell phone. So in the halfway house, they allowed us to have phones. So I had to learn how to work the phone. Yeah. I never knew what a laptop was. I've never seen MySpace. I've never seen none of that. Yeah. That's the whole point of the halfway house. The halfway house is to bring you back into society slowly. So you won't, because it is a shock. Like, just me being back on the CTA again. You know, I hadn't did that since I was a shorty. Yeah. So being back on the L, and then you got to understand, I'm from the south side of Chicago.
And the geographic
I never went nowhere else.
Yeah.
I might have went to Jewtown. I might have went 63rd and Halsted. Because I'm going to buy clothes and shoes. I went on 47th to commercial, stuff like that. But I never went west. I never went north. Yeah. So for me to come home and they like the North Pole, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or they like out west, you know, Southside niggas never go out west. Yeah. Out west niggas never come this way. The shorties was different. Yeah. You know, everything was different. The whole gay community thing, I never seen that before. So I came home, right, I'm at the bus stop, I'm looking at niggas holding hands, and you know, no disrespect to nobody, but again, this is just like, I'm like, damn, and then I go to Kennedy King. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm in college now, and you know, my mom used to go there. Like I remember my mom taking me as a 4-year-old, the old Kennedy King. Yeah. You know, so just being there and then seeing how everything changed in the world, like I never knew what a stud was. I never seen that shit. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, why is this girl dressed like a boy? I know what a tomboy is, but the stud thing is a different level. Yeah, and like, this my dude. Like, why you keep calling that girl a dude? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And why this why this girl keep referring to herself?
Or seeing a girl with a baby and she like, the girl is her daddy. I'm like, man, y'all is tripping. Like, then I learned the word tweaking. I used to use that a lot once I learned how to use it. So it's like the lingo changed. Like I grew up in the era where everybody said Joe. Yeah. Bogey.
What up, Joe?
You know what I'm saying?
Joe.
Yeah. I came home to tweaking and blick. I'm like, what the fuck is a blick? We called it an itchy.
You said my blicky on me.
Ooh, you said an itchy. I never heard
We called it an itchy. We called it strap, gat. Like, things was just different. Yeah. You know, everybody like Jordans never changed, so I was happy about that. But like,
the style of clothes says shit was baggy now. It's tight.
Ain't nobody really hustling either. So I'm like, okay, what a crack at? Yeah. Like, what a hype's at? They're like, man, motherfuckers really ain't doing that. We cracking cards. We, you know, and then they like, hey, this loud. And I'm like, fuck is that?
What type of weed is this?
I'm like, y'all ain't got no mid. Y'all ain't. They like mid. Nigga, we don't smoke mid. Right. Like what? Like what about endo? What the fuck is that? Yeah. Like I'm like, okay. Then I smoked loud for the first time and was like, okay, now I understand why everybody going fucking crazy over this shit. This is the best weed ever. Yeah. So again, it's like Yeah, I grew up in the area where we smoked Reggie, Mid. Yeah. You know, we had Kush, we had, you know, Endo. That's probably really it. Mm-hmm. Now, you know, so I had to really learn.
The whole Dro phase.
I missed that whole phase. Yeah. MySpace, all that. I missed all that. I never seen that shit. So
now, going back to 2 more fair questions. You said the race thing. We all know about the race. You know, the gang shit, how that worked. Now, tell the people about the race thing. How is that? And
it's real. It's Aryan Brotherhood. It's the skinheads, the neo-Nazis. You know what I'm saying? But that's not. You know, you gotta understand. You in there with Samoan culture. Mm-hmm. You in there with that whole Spanish thing is bigger than just Mexicans. It's Puerto Ricans. It's Cubans. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then they have gangs. MS-13, Serranos, Boteños, the Mexican Mafia. You know what I'm saying? La MA, they got that shit is real. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So so when you watching these, you know, these movies and stuff, that shit is real. So I pretty much, you know, I had to adapt. I ain't had no choice. You know what I'm saying? But
how was it? What is it like? How it is in the movies? How you see like a nigga come to you like, hey, you black, you with us, but where you from? Type shit.
So when you get there, that's true. They do say, you know, because your number is on your thing. So they'll look at your number and be like, you from Chicago, you from Chi-Town, Chirac. You know what I'm saying? Okay, your people over there. So when you go in a unit, your people usually share cells together. You usually don't share cells with somebody from another state or another city. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep problems down. A lot of guys can't cell together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You got dudes that's doing life. You know, that man want to be in a cell by himself. He really don't want to be with nobody. Yeah. So you meet your people. Your people ask you, know, your money on your books. Yeah, you be like, it's coming, or I got, you know, this many thousands or whatever. And then they make sure you got all your stores as far as your jogging suits, stamps, shoes, you know what I'm saying, porn magazines, books, whatever you need, they got it. Yeah. You know, MP3 player, headphones, all that. Yeah. And then they teach you during that week about the rules and regulations of the yard. Because pretty much the inmates run the yard. Okay. The COs keep everything in order, but the inmates run the yard. Yeah. So each car has a leader. Mm-hmm. And so they walk you around, they teach you everything, and then, you know, during that week, shit, it might go up that week. Like my first week I was there, we got on lockdown for like my first 3 weeks. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the whole penitentiary on lockdown. I've never seen that before. Damn. So you on lockdown, you can only shower twice a week. You know what I'm saying? You in this cell with this guy for 3 weeks. And for me, I'm just getting to know this nigga. We got to know each other in 3 weeks. Yeah. But
ain't shit to do but talk.
Yeah, and then I was the type of dude, like, I had so much time that, you know, I pretty much cut society off. I don't let society cut me off. Because I was, you know, I was taught that. Like, you got to do your time. Yeah. You can't be worried about no females. If they there, they there. If they not, they not. Yeah. A lot of guys make their time harder than what it's going to be. Me, I like to do smooth time. So, you know, I might call my mama once a month. Yeah. I was really, like, selling my phone time and everything because I don't do the phones. I don't do letters. I like, you know, send me some pictures, bam, bam, bam. But other than that, I be wanting books and stuff. Yeah. And I pretty much do my time. And, you know, it's better that way. Because I got cellies just in there crying over bitches and the bitch done left and... Well, she ain't answering the phone, or she didn't wrote him the Dear John letter. You know what I'm saying? So, main thing of when you in the feds though, you wanna be safe. Yeah. Okay. So, you wanna make sure that you gotta adapt. And that's the same thing I had to do once I came home, because the feds is the own world. So when I came home, you know, I really had to know what I wanted to do. And good thing that I really had a plan. And the city had changed so much that the life that I used to have wasn't there in Chicago no more. You know what I'm saying? All my homies, they working, they family men. a lot of them became alcoholics and drug addicts. So that's how I really got motivated to do the music. So again,
that's the downfall of the game too.
Right.
People don't
so
understand.
I started going to college at Kennedy King. That's where me and wifey met, computer class. Then I got a 3.7 grade point average. Made the dean's list.
Yeah, you was killing.
Phi Theta Kappa. So then one of my professors was like, "Look, this ain't challenging enough for you. You need to transfer. I'm gonna help you get your transfer." So I wound up transferring to Prairie State. And that's where I wound up graduating from. So I have associates in business and marketing. So with that, I'm like, okay, I want to, do this music thing. And I'm taking my advice to the big homies like, hey, you need to be behind the scenes. So I said, I'm reading, say, managers. You know what I'm saying? So most guys who own record labels pretty much start off at managers. So very successful managers. So I'm a real music head, so I was reading up on managers just managing rock bands and all of that in the 70s, stuff like that. Them dudes really, really was like, man, multi-million. So they kept telling me about one of my family members, like, hey, he good at this rapping thing. You need to manage him. So I'm figuring this my little cousin. I'm going to manage him, put money behind him. And it didn't work out how we wanted it to work out, and I wind up, not messing with my cousin no more, but that's my blood, so regardless, he gonna be around. But through him, I started networking and meeting people and meeting people at shows and meeting other promoters and managers, and then I just started meeting artists, because I used to go at every event. I don't do that now, but every event I was just out there like, man, we gonna go here, we gonna go here, we going up north, we going out west, we going downtown, we going on to baseline, we going here, and in the process, I'm meeting artists and networking, and before I know it, I had like five, 6 artists. But then I started to get to know about the artists. Every artist is not dedicated, passionate, loyal,
I know.
all of that.
I got a record label too, so I know all about
that. So it's like I had this roster of artists, everything be going good, then it's like, all right, this not working out. So now I got to clean house. Now I get another roster of artists. Everything looks like it's doing better. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, right now I think I'm on my 3rd roster. But for me, this is my best roster. Because through the trials and tribulations, the artists that I have now, and I have 17 artists now. Most of them are from Chicago, but if I'm not mistaken, one's from Little Rock, Arkansas, one is from Nebraska, one is from Iowa, and one is from Mississippi, Tupelo, Mississippi. So, shout out to the gang.
Shout out to y'all.
These 17 artists are my best artists, not just because of how I feel, it's because the public speaks. So when they see us perform, or they see their videos, or they, telling me that, they downloaded their streams and stuff like that, that's I really know it's clicking. Plus, all my artists, we a family. We're not just a label, so it's like, one of my artists, she's from Hughes, Arkansas. She actually relocated to Chicago to do her music here. And, we learned how strong we was. Her dad just passed away last Saturday, right?
My condolences.
Last Saturday before. And, we had to, band together to get her through that. You know what I'm saying? And her daddy was one of her biggest supporters, saying, no, make that move to Chicago, go up there with Reese, do your music, stuff like that. So, like I said, I went through 2 rosters, and now I'm on my 3rd, and my 3rd is the best. You know what I'm saying? They're all ages. I think the youngest he was 18, he's 19 now. And I think my oldest is like 30.
You know what I'm saying? One of your artists is working on a deal right now?
Yeah, so one of them, she down there. Shout out to Dreadhead Rico. She's down there ATL right now with Boom Man and Authentic Empire. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully the deal goes through, everything works itself out. But I can't take all the credit for her because she actually was put in a lot of work by herself. And then she was with another management group, but they wasn't upholding what they was gonna do for her, and she wound up talking to me. Her and her wife wound up talking to me, and wanted to join, our squad because of the, how everybody been seeing us put the work in.
Yeah.
Everybody see how we move.
Yeah.
Anytime we go to a club, we liable to be 20, 30 deep. You know what I'm saying? And that's staff, artists, supporters. You know what I'm saying? And whenever we move like that. We always in VIP. When we get on stage, I ain't gonna lie, it's the Wu-Tang all over again. Yeah. It's like when Biggie first came out. Yeah. Biggie had 30 motherfuckers on stage with him.
Yeah,
I've had people tell me, no, you shouldn't do that, but I'm glad I didn't listen because that's what we known for. Yeah. We known to be in unison, had a label gear on or custom gear. Shout out to my boy A Boog, he make the custom gear.
For sure.
And just this label that I got, it's like I got so many people telling me like, hey, like my family, for me to come from where I'm from and all the shit I've been through, and then for my family to see me do the whole 360. And I mean, I just really feel as a man, you ain't got no choice. So, I just started, putting in that work, and then they putting in the work, and it just started clicking. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Video numbers, views started going up. The streaming stuff started getting better. Shows got better. And the music even sound. I mean, shout out to Kels. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Kels James, that's my boy, man. Artist, songwriter, producer, engineer. And everything just clicked and worked, and everything got good. And, now it's like, bam. Now, I still get excited, even though I got artists on the radio. When we catch it, it's like, wow. Yeah. Shout out to my artist Big Bands. He in like heavy rotation right now with his single Takers. We get ready to shoot the video. He's one of the artists when he get on stage, everybody go nuts. And they get the chance to open up for big names and do the things that we do because of my promotion connections. Shout out to the whole Roundtable Coalition. You know what I'm saying? Those are my promotion family, my business family. We all just decided we all like-minded companies, so we come together for big stuff, big events and stuff like that. And that's how I wound up getting into the radio and the podcasting and stuff like that, because of my network and relationships and the label and the respect that my artists and the label have. So again, it was a process, man. It was a long, hard 5-6 years before everything started taking shape. And now it's like, I'm glad I didn't give up. I'm glad I didn't listen to the naysayers, because I got something good right now. And hopefully, like I said, with this deal and with other deals of getting my other artists signed, you know what I'm saying, I'm able to invest it back in the company. And then I have my business. Shout out to my business partner, Nikki Lynn, COO. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my A&Rs, Jay, DJ Key Product, our official DJ D Wiz, my promotion team, my marketing team, Steph, Dre, you know what I'm saying, Shorty J. They, like, 3 of my artists got clothing lines. You know what I'm saying? One of them is a director that I manage. He has Love Don't Faze Me clothing. Dre Hair Rico, which is one of my artists, the one that's down in Atlanta with Boom Man right now. She has No Fake Love clothing. And then Shorty J has Rich Baby's clothing. Yeah. So, we building businesses off this main platform. And, I'm managing exotic dancers now, models, hosts.
What's your radio?
Boss Talk Radio. You know what I'm saying? Underground Hitters podcast and radio. So yeah, after I leave here, I'm actually going to Boss Talk.
Make sure y'all check that out. Y'all leave here.
Definitely. So we just got a lot of additions to the label. We got a Pretty Lit Gang. Like I said, those are, I consider our female bosses. Yeah. A group of females, and they all coming together to build one brand, and they do everything: singers, songwriters, models, bottle girls, everything, nail techs, everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
a whole coalition.
Absolutely, and they building a brand and doing different things. Shout out to my girl Skeeta. She just started her event planning company, and I've been helping her. We actually have a fundraiser coming up August 28th. We doing this big back to school book bag giveaway.
That's cool.
We're gonna raffle off some gift cards, and we got
and where's that at?
It's gonna be out west at the 12th District Chicago Police Station.
Okay.
They actually letting us do a whole old school block party type thing. So we're gonna have a bouncy house out there. We're gonna have cotton candy, food, and
ain't gonna be no bullshit in front of the
no,
police.
absolutely. Well, August 28th,
Okay.
and at from 12 to 5. And shout out to Mac, the guy that I'm promoted with. He is actually a Chicago police officer.
That's what's up.
But he has his own record label called Go Getter Records.
Yeah,
Go Getter Entertainment. My bad, man.
Go Getter Entertainment.
And he also has a sports agency company too. So together with my label and my son's foundation, Fighting for Baby Reese. You know, I lost my son in October.
Blessings, man.
Thank you.
Man,
So I started a foundation in his name, and in December we did the coat first foundation. We did the giveaway. We gave away coats and toys to the little kids along with Big Red Entertainment. Shout out to Big Red and the whole Big Red Entertainment family. That was the first time, so I wanted to do something for school.
Yeah.
So me and Mac, we linked up. Skeeter got us linked up, and now we doing a fundraiser on the 28th. We giving away book bags to the kids, and Chicago Bear number 83, David Terrell, will also be a special guest.
That's what's up.
So
shout out to Chicago Bears. Shout out
what
to
else
David
we got?
Terrell.
We got the video shoot August 15th, Molly Baby, Pressure, mixtape. We shooting her Shake That. Yeah. August 29th, my bad. August 28th is the fundraiser.
Mm-hmm.
August 29th will be Molly Baby's Pressure release mixtape party. Also, our official DJ D-Wiz birthday bash.
Yeah.
August 20th, we got Love and Hip Hop Miami star Chaotic 305 coming.
That's what's up.
And then August 15th, we shooting the Shake That video for Molly Baby. This will be her second single. Her first single, Pop Out, did good.
Mm-hmm.
First time out, I think she hit for like 10, 11,000 views. We shooting for 100,000 this time. But, you know, she's one of my artists that been with me almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
And she's actually the first lady of the label. So, just working with her and the stuff, I was able to get other artists that's just as good as her. And she pretty much with me handpicked, and Wifey, we handpicked a lot of artists. Like I said, Shorty J900 doing good in the stats, streaming videos, everything. And you know, DJ Amars hosts his first mixtape was strictly for the
DJ
street.
Amars.
That's my brother. You know, shout out to him, Chuck, and the whole family. Mello, everybody. Like my artists, they really putting in the work. Kales is at 250,000 total streams right now.
Yeah.
Pink Lambo 2, Night Drive single, and now Pink Lambo 3 finna drop in September.
That's what's up.
Like I said, Jamaica, she's on 106.3. She's on 106.3 right now with a cover of one of I think her name is Tara B song, Still in Love. Big Bands is on there with Takers. Takers is blowing up, and I'm very proud of him. First time out, first time artist. Probably only been rapping for real, seriously for about a year.
Yeah.
Single taking off. Definitely when we upload it, and, you know, streams definitely gonna take off. But right now, radio loving him when he performed. He just did his first festival this summer. Shout out to everybody, 92.3 for the Splash Jam festival. But they working, man, and it's fun. Like, it's not, you know, we bump heads like every family do, and you know, every day ain't unicorns, but and rainbows and cotton candy. But everybody living their dream out, you know, and you know, a lot of people be trying to, you know, saying, like, talking to me about money and stuff, but the money gonna come anyway.
Yeah.
You know, back end money gonna come. I'm CEO and manager, so I'm gonna get bread. But my job is to build them as artists and to get them out there and build their fan bases. And it's fun, man. We traveling now, like I said. We get ready to hit ATL in September. We just did Miami. We did Memphis. You know, ATL. Then hopefully before the summer we gonna hit New York. You know, hit down south. Do a lot of more shows down south from Texas and stuff like that. But hit St. Louis. Hit Kentucky, Indianapolis. We definitely in talks right now with a new booking agent. Again, my business partner Nikki, she a godsend. She is the lady that keeps everything in order. She is the lady who keeps everything professional. Then you got the man behind the scenes. He's the branding person. He's the marketing person. Handles all the public relationship. And then wifey, she's assistant manager for me, but she assists pretty much the whole label. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to flights and reservations and all that stuff that don't everybody act like they can't do or don't know how to do, that's where she come in at. Yeah, so again, it's a real label. You know what I'm saying? I have A&Rs, I have songwriters, I have producers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Yanni J, shout out to CC. Like I said, LeBrat, Crunk Anthem Remix is on the radio doing well. Right out the gate, DJ Trans in Atlanta put it on his mixtape. It's called Girls Trip Volume 3. She has the most played song on that mixtape on all platforms. And if I'm not mistaken, the mixtape is at like 300,000 streams. So shout out to DJ Trans. Then we put her video out, Crunk Anthem Remix, right out the gate, hit almost 30,000 in like the first 2 weeks. And this is her very first video, and she's only been rapping professionally for like a year. So Shorty J900, he's at a total of about 100,000 total views on YouTube, streaming well. Geeked Up Steph streaming well. Pac Migo, he's at 100. One of his videos got like 100,000 views. Then I got a artist from Community Greens, OTE Kunt, 1.4 million total views.
Shout out to man.
Yeah, he got one video called Dead Ops. It's at like 900,000 views. So, you know, but again, a lot of lessons is learned with this stuff because he learned the hard way. You can't be letting directors swindle you out your views and your subscribers and stuff. So he learned that you can't be letting them upload and it's so many tricks and trades behind the scene that you gotta learn. It's not just get up every day, rap in the studio, put it on YouTube, steal YouTube beats. It's like it's a whole.
Shout out to Twin.
Oh yeah, shout out Twin, man. He got the lit video finna drop. You know what I'm saying? Like all of them got these videos. Shout out to MCF Lil Rob. He got the Fuck a Go video finna drop. Then like I said, I got new artists now, so I gotta work with them. CC, Yanni, Sunshine O'Milly. You know what I'm saying? And then if you listening, Blanco Bam, hit my line, shorty. Cause she from Gary, I'm finna get ready to sign her most definitely. I've let everybody on my label listen to Shorty. She is the truth. I can't even explain her. She like Dage Loaf mixed with Young M.A. but cuter and big blicks, big extendos, big drums in the video. I ain't never seen no girl do this. So this is like and Shorty rap her ass off. So I'm definitely, if you listening, Blanco Band,
shout out to Gary.
Get in tune with Reese Money. Tell O'Milly to get you my number. But shout out to Sunshine O'Milly. You know, she finna host a couple of events. She's now a new addition to Boss Talk. She's part of the Pretty Good Gang. She's also gonna be an artist I'm working with, her and Gina. So, like I said, man, I'm working. We doing shows. I'm bringing the big shows here. You know, shout out to Loud Money Music Group. That's my mentor, Megastar. You know what I'm saying? And his whole camp. TRP Entertainment, Emilio and his camp. You know what I'm saying? Biz Magazine, Crown Holder, Shy Blizz, DJ Shy Blizz, that girl Olivia, Shondell. These are people, you know, Pony Fly Life Entertainment, Brandy Martin, Big Red Entertainment. You know, these are people who, you know, mentored me and seen what I was doing and seen me climbing the ladder and been helping. And it's fun, man. Like I said, it's finally taking off. So, you know, right now I'm headed to do Boss Talk, and Amelie, this is her first day. She actually got a segment now, and hopefully she'll be getting her own internet podcast through iHeart, through Underground Hitters Radio. So again, we like a big family, and we just doing all this networking and politicking, and everybody, you know, we chasing the bag. Somebody gonna grab that bag, that 30 million, and when they grab it, especially for myself, when I grab it, I know how to issue it out so we all can get 30 more million. 100 million. So, because I've watched the Jay-Z's and the Nellies and, the people do it. You know what I'm saying? And I want to follow that tradition. Master P is one of my idols.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Master P is one of my idols. So, I want to be relevant 20 years down the line where I don't have to do music like Master P.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's still worth 400, 500, 600 million to this day, 2021. And now his kids are millionaires. So again, man, what y'all doing? Like Gtalk, this is dope. This is dope to me.
You can't wait to get on Boss Talk either.
Man, definitely gonna have y'all come through, do Boss Talk and Underground Hitters.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna have y'all come to some events, man.
Man,
I got you. Like, it's so much stuff on the.
So we can definitely connect.
We definitely gonna link.
So
Y'all
you here first.
y'all can go through the man Rashman. Anybody wanna get in tune with Reese Money at SGEYBN Entertainment?
For sure.
Y'all go through Rashman. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all go through myself and Nikki Lynn. And definitely, man, like I said, I don't mind rolling the red carpet out for nobody, especially when y'all helping push the move. I appreciate y'all having me here, man. I said I've been watching y'all at home, so for me to be sitting where Leon Rogers was just sitting there, hey, I'm doing something good, man. Leon Rogers was just here, if I ain't mistaken about it. Yeah, WGCI Leon Rogers just did this. So now I'm doing it. Hey,
real shit.
Like I said, and
we have Reese Money in here. That's how we feel.
Hey, and I want to shout out Megastar. That was a beautiful show. Him and Clay, the promoter, last week.
Shout
Loud
out
Money
Clay.
Music Group. Clay, the promoter. That Benny Siegel was beautiful, my dudes. I had a ball. Everybody there. Man, it was love, man. They talking about bringing the whole state property back.
Speaking to existence, Boosie next.
Man, Boopsy, ESTG, Young Nudie, man. Big 30, we working, man.
Yep, real shit. And thank y'all for tuning in. Gtalk2020. Y'all be blessed and prosperous. Have a good night. Y'all get home safe. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. Hopefully y'all get some and get some money.
Yes,
we
sir.
out.